Guys, it's Tony Cress. I am here tonight. I'm going to talk to you guys about warming yourself up for your workouts. What's the proper warm-up? How do we do this? How do we get ready for our workouts for the day? What most people do is stretch, and that's actually kind of the wrong answer because we're trying to prepare our body for movements that we don't normally do in everyday life with your workout, right? So we don't want to just do some stretches, like hold this position right here, hold this position here for 20 seconds or so, or this stretch. You see a lot of people doing this stretch when they're about to run, and what that's doing is not actually preparing us for movement at all. This isn't going to make me better at that, right? It's going to lengthen that muscle, and it's going to open up that hip a little bit, and it's going to open up that psoas, but right, it's not going to prepare us for movement. So we want to do movements that do stuff like that, but also warm up the muscles and actually start to activate them and get them ready, get the muscles' minds ready for movement. So instead of doing something like a stretch like that, what we're going to do is a dynamic warm-up. And we're going to take a few exercises. This should only take 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the most, to get ready to do our workout. Some people can do dynamic workouts as their whole workout, and that's totally fine too, and that's what some beginners are going to have to do for a while. But for our sake, we are going to do a 3 or 4 minute dynamic warm-up right now, and it's only going to consist of a few different movements for this purpose. So what we want to do is get our body ready for movement, right? So we're going to do movements that aren't super taxing. So we may start with our wide stance here, arms here. We may just go down to a toe, opposite side, down to a toe, opposite side. So when you do this, you'll notice that your hamstrings are starting to lengthen, right? They're not going to be lengthened for an extended period of time. They're just going to be lengthened and start to open up a little bit without snapping those things open. So you can do something like that for about 30 seconds. Then we can go into something like a drop squat where our feet are together. We hop down, pop back up, hop down, pop back up, hop down, pop back up. And you can start into another thing, jumping jack. Boom, boom. So we're opening up the body, telling that body to get warm because we're going to move it pretty soon in some unfamiliar environments. So we've got that little opposite toe touch. We've got some drop squats. We've got some crossing jacks. Here we can go across. So now we're moving in that transverse plane and opening up the body that way, opening up the chest, opening up the hips. We can do a lunge, right? We're going to do a alternating lunge here. And as we lunge up, we're going to open up to a side. So we're telling that hip and that psoas muscle to open up and start to get ready for more movement, right? We can do another exercise where we're going to work the hamstrings, a walkout push-up. We're going to walk those hands out. We can do our push-up if it's not too taxing for you. Then come all the way up, all the way up. So we're opening up the body, closing it, starting to stretch those hamstrings out a little bit, doing our push-up, telling our body to get ready for movement, and come back up. We can stay on the ground. We can do, I like to call this step on your pinky. So you're going to take your left leg, left foot, step right outside that pinky, open up that right arm, come back, and come back. And you notice the more you do this, the more you're going to start to breathe hard. So it's telling your heart to start to work. We can do simple things like that, right? Butt kicks, really simple. Really simple. It's telling these muscles to open up. It's telling these muscles to start to work. Butt kicks. We have regular jumping jacks. We've done that before. We've got dive bombers. So we're starting up top. You can start to stretch those calves a little bit by putting those heels on the ground. Right? We're just going to drive down, out, up, opening up that front side of your fascial lines, and then coming back. So all of those exercises we can do, put it through, 5 minutes or so of each one of those exercises in conjunction with each other. Sorry. I'm breathing a little hard. 5 minutes of a few of those exercises, right? So we could do 30 seconds of dive bombers. We could do 30 seconds of crossing jacks. We could do 30 seconds of lunging and opening. We can do 30 seconds of drop squats. We can do 30 seconds of that opposite toe touch, right? And then, guess what? You're going to be warmed up a little bit. Your body's going to be ready for movement, and then you're going to be ready to go. So that's your dynamic warm-up. That's a sample of a dynamic warm-up, right? You can do that for 5 minutes or so, and then you're actually ready to move. So when you get into your actual workout, your body's ready to do that workout, right? So that's going to be it. There's your dynamic warm-up. You guys have fun with it. We'll see you next time.